Hey, how's it going? Welcome to the Console Combat and another beginner's guide for Squad. With the recent sales, there's been a lot of people jumping online, struggling to get a hold of the basics. The game's still in early access and they haven't done much yet to help introduce new players to the game. There's some good videos out there which they've done and some other guides which have been done by the community and people like myself. I want to go through today the things that you can do offline to practice the basics before you go online. And the way you get to the offline practice is you've got your two server browsers for multiplayer, the settings, and the firing range is how you get to offline. So we're going to go on here and let this load up. So what we're going to do, we're going to go through the basics first of the things you can do on the firing range. Many of you have probably been on the firing range and tried out the different weapons and things. The second half of this video is going to be about using console commands for some more advanced offline practice. So skip ahead if you've already done everything on the firing range. We're going to jump straight in. I'm going to create a squad. So here you can choose any weapon. So this is the main firing range. Here you can try guns. You can try all of the equipment. Grenades. And you have the ammo crates here. You can quite literally switch to absolutely any bit of equipment. Practice. Playing as LAT is a high responsibility role. You only get 2 rockets, and if your squad is under pressure from enemy armor, the LATs need to be able to hit their shots, and this is the place to practice. The same goes for the GL. Clicking on the team button, you can switch to the Russian side. The urban target training is particularly good to practice on your own, to practice your aim. In offline mode, and if you have admin privileges on server, if you hold shift and press P, you'll go into the administration camera. The jump button is up and the crouch button is down, and the movement buttons are the same. This arena here is for practice on a server if you've got say 2v2, 4v4, and this one over here is for squad v squad, 8v8, 9v9, that sort of thing. Not so great to practice on your own. Over here we have a big collection of vehicles you can practice in. You can get in, practice driving them, take them to the range, practice shooting the various guns. Behind here you have a grenade range. And if we follow this road around, we have a racetrack which has a selection of vehicles, or you can bring a vehicle from the other garage, and it's a good spot to practice driving around at speed. So they're the basics of practicing offline, which most of you know, I'm sure. Other things you can also do is you can change the map to any map within the game if you want to go and practice a specific spot on a specific map. So what we're going to do, the tilde button, which is the one on the left hand side to the number 1, brings up the console, which I have at the bottom there. And if I type admin change map, I'll get a list of all the maps that are installed in the game at the moment. Now, as a side note, this is also how you would load up the maps of mods that you've downloaded if there isn't a server running that modded map in the custom server option. So here you can see there's a Kohat with a helicopter test with 3 helicopters on it. What we're going to do, we're going to go to the normal Kohat. Now we're here, I'm going to go onto the American side, create a squad, assign myself squad leader, spawn in. Now, if if you wanted to practice driving a particular route and a particular map, you would find if you came up here and tried to get in that it would say you don't have enough people in your squad to claim this vehicle. With another console command we can type admin disable, and disable vehicle claiming comes up. If you press the up arrow it will fill the command line, press 1 to turn it on and press enter. We can now get in the vehicle. So that means that we can get in any vehicle we want on any map we want, practice driving specific routes, shooting specific targets, that sort of thing. I'm going to head down to Malakabad now. So if you're the kind of person who's come online to research how to do certain things in Squad, no doubt you've probably seen Karmakat's videos, and he is a big fan of building big defense fobs. The thing to remember when doing anything in Squad is that there's a series of questions that you can ask yourself to lead to what is the best thing to do at in that moment. Those questions are who, what, where, when, why, and how. When Karmakat does his super fobbing, he knows the answers to all of those questions, and the why is ultimately what can he do to help the team win. Now, I've seen it a lot on our servers at the moment that people they've seen him do the super fob, so they've answered the what, they want a fob, and they want to answer the how. How do I squad lead and build one of those fobs like that? The most important thing, the key to why he's successful doing what he does, is because he knows the where and the when. Too many people are building fobs in crazy places because they just want to build a fob. Now if you want to build a fob, that's fine. I'm going to show you how you can do that offline now. So here we are at Malakabad. This is a very popular defense flag for the US team. So we've practiced driving the Logi down here, which is useful practice because you want to get here fast. And I'm going to come into one of these buildings at random and put a radio down. You see at the moment it's red. The normal rules of the game is that you need 2 teammates with you in order to place the fob. We can use another console command to turn that off. Admin, always, valid placement appears above. With the up arrow we can fill the line again. Space 1 to turn it on. Admin, always valid placement. Now we can place our radio. One of the first things you need when you've placed a radio is an ammo crate for your teammates to change class. Now we want to change class to a rifleman to be able to build that up, but we can't do it here because we don't have an ammo box. So the one fiddly thing about this is to fly yourself back to an ammo crate to change to the rifleman gear to be able to dig that first ammo crate up. Now once you're in the admin cam like this, you can press 0 to give yourself this extra information in the top left corner of the screen there. 1 is currently set to fly speed and it's 1500. If you scroll forwards it turns it up and you can fly a lot faster. If you hold shift it does the same. We can quickly fly back to main and change to the rifleman role. Choose a rifleman with a shovel, back into admin cam. We can build our ammo crate. Hold F, we can choose any role, including returning to squad leader, and get the squad leader kit. So now we're squad leader again. We have our Logi truck ready, just as we would normally do in game. We can jump in, queue to deliver our supplies to the fob. We can return and you can practice now building anything you want. So maybe you have been wanting to practice super fobbing, so maybe we want to block off the doors. Now you've got the menu, you can acquaint yourself with all the menu, the different markers. You can even put a rally point down if you really wanted to, although there's no one to spawn on it. I'm going to build a wall here. I'll find the Hesco wall. I'm going to use it to block this doorway. And I'm going to build here a mortar. Return to the ammo crate. Return to the rifleman roll. Now you can build your fob. And the reason for doing this, and the benefit of doing this, is that you can get in, you can try doing all the things that you've wanted to try doing in your own time, without someone rushing you, without people shouting at you, needing you to go here or there. You can just get in, acquaint yourself with the controls, have the experience of building these things, have done everything that's necessary, the logi run, the drop of the supplies, putting the radio down. You can do all of these things, and then as you get used to the game, as you get used to the dynamics and you have good reasons to put fobs places, you have the experience and the confidence to go ahead and do it then. So I've got my Hesco wall, I've got my mortar, I've still got 1,200 build points, and I could go to town, super fobbing this, but that's as far as I'm going to go with it here now. So you could take all the things that we've gone through today, and you could use them to practice on certain maps of driving a vehicle to a certain spot, seeing what you can overwatch from that spot, practicing taking shots, practicing super fobbing. You could practice using the different weapons. Maybe if I try and mortar mod Xi, for example. This is going to be tricky. We're looking at about 300 meters, and it's very about. 300 meters is 1475. And I'm going to take 2 shots. Then if you want to know if you hit, all you need to do is switch into up and cam. We can go and see how close we were. We were short by about 50 meters. But again, I could take that back to the mortar, add another 50, and then next time I'm playing on Malakabad, I know the distance to mod Xi. So that's been the advanced offline training. I hope you learned some interesting things. Try to keep it very short, very fast. Hope to see you on the game, guys. Keep playing, have fun, and I'll see you next time.